Hey guys, so I want to make another video talking about black women again. Let's talk about it. I'm a black woman, I can. So we all know, the podcast that Andrew guy looks like Hitler, not cute, not great, not kind. I'm not even gonna put clips in because they don't deserve that, but I do want to talk about just in general, like the stereotyping of a black woman being angry, being aggressive, and what they did was wrong. Is obviously wrong. It's a terrible stereotype. Are these things that we can prevent? Absolutely not. I think that that podcast host understood how unintelligent, if that's a word, their subjects were and took advantage of them. And they're going to stand on business basically because it's about money. Like I said, capital comes in very terrible forms and it's about money. Even having those terrible racist jokes be made, they're profiting off of the backs of black women still. They're still profiting off of making fun of black women, but in general just profiting off of black women. And it's really unfortunate. I would definitely say I can't say that it hurts because these are things that are untrue, but what I can say that it is very unfortunate that, if I do have a girl one day or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I have to raise a black girl in such a hatred world towards who they are. But I do think things will prevail and black women are strong and black girls can do anything they put their mind to. But it is definitely frustrating, I will say, like just to hear and see those things. Now, as far as the apology, I don't think the apology was sincere or real at all. I think their PR team or whoever was on their team was just like, yeah, you gotta go say sorry, make it up. And at the end of the day, I don't really feel that they're gonna get canceled. People talk about that. They talked about how Andrew talked about how they might be afraid that they're gonna get canceled, and it's like, I don't really think cancel culture is doing anything. It's a thing. I just don't think it's really doing anything because people will prevail. Like capital is capital, money is money. People figure it out, figure out how to do things. I just definitely think I'm tired of seeing it. Like if you don't want to date black women, fine. If you don't like black women, fine. Shut up. Like no one has to hear it though. Why do we have to know? But you make it important. And I say you as a whoever out there, you listen to this and you racist as hell. Yeah, you make it important for people to know you don't like this group of people. You don't like this group of people and sex at that. Why? When you can literally just mind your business, like what you like, and move on. But it's so crazy because y'all be the type of men that what you like don't even like you back, so you get mad at black women. Let's talk about it. It makes no sense. And I was literally just watching, I was watching Brothers, actually, where that one guy is literally, they talk about, like, I forgot what his name was, but he was really cute. He was in Criminal Minds. That actor, he was talking about how, like, oh, I'm not giving up on sisters. I'm not giving up on sisters. Meanwhile, the sister, the black woman he was dating, had, like, blue eyes and looked like a white chick. Like, looked like Robin Dixon. Like, I was like, hold on. Like, I don't understand what you mean you're not giving up on the sisters, but that was the actors they were pulling at that time. Like Gabrielle Union and I would say Nia Long is such a rare and beautiful sight to see of dark-skinned women being on there. But even then, with the way the makeup was done and their hairstyles, they still want to present them as white women. We could even talk about with Tia and Tamara. It's very confusing. Very confusing. But yeah, they talk about not giving up on the sisters, like we still want to date sisters, da da da. And you have the other brother talking about like, oh well, they're all friends, but you have the other dude talking about, well, I don't really want to date black women no more. They don't do this for me. They don't do that for me. Why should they? Why should black women literally lay down with the clothes on their back for you to walk over a puddle? Why should we? When people are walking on us, like we are the puddle. So it's really interesting, like even in that movie, seeing how that one gentleman decided, okay, I'm going to chase after white women and they're going to treat me better. And then lo and behold, no, they did not treat him better. And honestly, saying that you can disrespect, dating a white person is easier because you can disrespect them, is honestly not well either. I don't know why people would be okay with that. I really don't understand. Like, just because that person is white, you're saying you can step all over them and they will do whatever you say. You could treat them like a dog. That's what you're saying. And if that white person's okay with that, good luck. That's all I have to say. Good luck. So the whole notion that black women will slap you and will, like, it was just crazy what he was saying. What he was saying was outlandish, and he said it because he wants clout, he wants rage bait, he wants us to talk about it, right? That's why I'm not putting him in. I'm not doing none of that. No, we're not pulling clips out. Y'all go look at it if you want. I have not looked at the clip, and I don't want to. I've seen enough of people reviewing it. But that's what he wants. He wants rage bait, but off of the backs of black women, which sucks. It really sucks. It's crazy because people want to say black women are worthless and we're nothing, but yet we give people so much capital when it comes to our hair, when it comes to our bodies, when it comes to our lips, when it comes to our eyes, when it comes to our everything. We make people money. So I don't understand why they're putting this down, but they do. So even going into the dating world and having this notion that, oh, as a black woman, I'm going to be seen as aggressive. I'm going to be seen as toxic. These are all these things people say because you speak up. And continue to speak up. Don't stop speaking up just because people are trying to put these stereotypes onto you and their stupid implicit bias. No. Like, that's the root of racism, and I really don't think you should have to suffer because of that. I think you should be able to date who you want to date, but don't date a specific race because you intend on disrespecting that race. You intend on having them just let you disrespect them because of the race that they are, i.e. white women, right? Like, don't be okay with that. Like, it's not cute. I really don't find it cute. I really don't find it impressive. And a lot of people do. Literally, I was just in Connecticut the other day, and there was a biker gang inside of this restaurant. We went to this hole-in-the-wall Mexican restaurant. Loved it. Food was good. But there was a biker gang of black bikers, and, like, they were, you know, dressed up looking like bikers. Honestly, biker gangs, like, I think are so gross. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I love the lesbian biker gangs, but I just don't. I don't know. Certain biker gangs, I'm like, nah, it's not it. So it was a black biker gang. There were some Latinos spread up in that little gang, and they were sitting at the bar talking, and they were just talking about how they hate their wives, how they can't stand their kids, and they're like middle-aged men that look like maybe they're ex-cops or something like that. Like, they looked like veterans. Like, it was crazy. Like, they talk so much trash, and this is in Bumblefuck, Connecticut, like where we were, and they talk so much trash about the family that they created. It was crazy to me. But anyways, what I'm going to say about this, how this gets into race, is because biker gangs are pretty white. There are black biker gangs, but they are pretty white dominant, and the root of them is from white people. And we can get into that another time. But this one dude, black male, he had a patch that was a Blue Lives Matter patch on, and I was just like, bro. So it immediately got me to thinking, like, your wife is white. They have to be white. And the way they talked about them, they talked dirt. Like, they were talking about, like, I can't stand them kids. I took my bike out and like, chill out. Like, it's not that serious. Like, you decided to create a family with whoever you decided to create a family with, and now you don't like that family because you have to be a man. You have to be a man to that family. And instead, I think maybe the whole thing with biker gangs is honestly really toxic. The whole midlife crisis that most men are going through and getting a bike. But yeah, I saw that on his shirt, and I was just like, ugh. And it wasn't a lot of people in that spot. It was just me, my friend, and the biker gang. That was it. And they was sitting next to us, and I'm just like, y'all can't say hi, how are you? Y'all just gonna sit here, be ugly, be nasty, be stank. And this is what I mean, stank circle of people. So it's like, even with that being said, as black men who want to fit into a white circle, I really don't think that they're happy. And that's what goes for the podcast, the two dudes that were black, right? I put that in quotation. On the podcast, like, I feel like they want to fit in with black people and don't feel like they fit in with black people. So then what they do is they try to fit in with white people, and they kind of get messed up in the head. It definitely reminds me of Get Out. I would definitely say Get Out. Even though it's supposed to be funny, I definitely think there are some notes in it where it's just so real to society and the way that we live now. But back to people saying they don't want to date black women. If you don't want to date black women, just don't. You don't have to say it. I think it's disgusting when people say, oh, it's how they carry themselves and this and that. I'm like, your white wife wants to be me, sweetie. She wants to have the booty I have, so don't even come for me. She wants to have the lips I have, so don't even come for me. It is very frustrating when I have people, even in my comments, and I'm glad, like, I have people look through it and stuff and delete whatever they got to delete. But it is very frustrating when I see those nasty comments of those biases and stereotypes, and I'm like, you don't see me over here doing that to white women. If I don't date white men, I just don't date white men. Not saying I don't. I'm just saying I don't need to say it. I don't need to say it. Like, the fact that you make it apparent to say what you don't like so that you can get uproar from people, or so that you can feel powerful. You can put yourself on a pedestal. And this is what I mean by having experiences. This is what racism is. You have an experience that you did not like with a certain race or even gender, person, etc. And what you do is now you put that bias and everything onto every other situation because of what you've been through, which is not entirely true. Now, will I say, we're human. We have judgment. We have these things in us. We have these biases. Like, it makes sense, right? But what I definitely will say is that it shouldn't run your life. Once it's running your life, that means you're just scared. You're a punk and you're a wimp. So if you don't want to date black women, you're a punk and you're a wimp. And I would say that because black women are strong. We have to be strong because of the many things that we deal with in society on a daily. Just going to the supermarket. So I feel, and I do have my pillow. Respect your crown. Everything, black everything. I love, like, just in general, like, black culture, like materials and stuff like that. I love it. Even this pillow I made. Well, I didn't make the pillow, but I made the painting. The painting is in my house. Yeah, no, I see beauty and I see strength when I see black women. I definitely think it sucks that we get put down so much just for being who we are and having to be strong. Having the term aggressive put on us. What's frustrating about that term, the angry black woman, is, I'm trying to explain it. If you're not black, what it feels like. It feels like somebody telling you, let's cut the black part out, right? Like, just imagine you a person, right? I'm talking to you. You're doing absolutely nothing. You're minding your business. You're having a chill day. And I go up to you and say, you're angry. You're aggressive. Absolutely no reason, right? And then you turn around and you look at me and you're like, no, I'm not. I'm chilling. I'm having my cup of coffee. What would make you think that? And they continue to tell you you're angry, you're aggressive. Now after a while, you're at a point where now you are getting upset because you're not that. And then because you are getting upset, then it's like, oh, to them, their point is proven. That's how it feels. If you're not black and you haven't experienced that and you're not a woman, this is exactly how it feels. It's one of those things where it's so manipulative and disgusting, and we can't control it. You can't control it. What you can control, though, I would say you can try and walk away. You can try to ignore them. You can try not to be around them. But it really definitely sucks when you have somebody who is even your friend. Like, even your friend, and all of a sudden they start to reveal to you that they're pretty racist. What do you do when you're in a place like Connecticut? When you're in a place like, I would say, upstate New York? When you're in a place like Long Island, New York? When you're in a place like Jersey? Like, I'm saying these areas where I'm near because these are places where you're going to be the only black person in the room, and you're going to have to either conform or you can fight against it and get penalized all the time. I even talk about how this happens in schools. Like, literally, young black girls getting punished for no reason. I see it. I legit witness it. It's pretty disgusting. It's pretty disgusting. Young black girls getting punished because they said no to something that rightfully they should have said no to. And it's the fact that as black women or just black people, we do have a certain relationship with authority. And that certain relationship, as in we don't trust authority. We don't. We are born not to trust authority. We're taught not to trust authority because what has happened to us. History. It makes sense. So I think it's really interesting that because someone speaks up and because they're black and because they're a woman, it makes them such an awful person. But I'm going to say, keep speaking up. Don't stop. If they don't like that you're speaking up, oh well. There's literally people that I talked to my friend about it because I was like, I don't understand how these really racist, awful people be following my channel. But she did tell me that there are people literally that are out there that are evil, racist, white supremacists, and what they do is they make sure that they look at all the hashtags of Black Lives Matter. They type in hashtags of 4C hair, like everything. Like, there's really racist people who follow hashtags of things they don't like so that they can just literally sit there on the computer and go to war. And I had to understand that. Like, that's scary. It's the world we live in and it's scary, but doesn't mean you shouldn't speak up. No, keep speaking up, keep being safe. but keep speaking up, and also ignore them. Ignore them, and you can delete their comments, because they don't have the right to flourish on your channel. They really don't. They don't have the right to use your channel as a place of hate. And you'll have some subscribers or followers that literally act like they're your friend or whatever, but really deep down they really hate you, and they just want to make your channel like be gone. Like they want to report every single day. But yeah, I'll definitely say if you don't date black women, I don't know what to say. That's your thing, but you don't have to say it. You don't have to put black women down. You don't have to let black women know you don't like them. And in general, for whatever it is, you don't have to let people know constantly. Like it just speaks to that you had a bad experience with the black woman, and now you're mad and you're angry at the world. You are. And I really feel like black women are so strong and so good at reading people down. It turns a lot of men away. And at the end of the day, if that's it, that's it. But it takes a really strong person to understand what a black woman goes through, to have empathy for it. And let me not even just say strong, let me just say just intelligent. Like make it make sense. Like understand if you see what people are going through. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my little commentary on, you know, people who say I don't date black women, people who say black women are aggressive. I don't agree with you guys. I don't agree with y'all. But hey, y'all can have your opinion like I have my opinion, and I'm going to stand on it. But I also have facts, which is what you guys don't have. But bye, guys.